With the cost of living skyrocketing, more Kiwi families are looking for a cheaper life in the regions, but then worry about what impact this may have on their kids' education. And then there are children who are bullied at school, who fear walking through the school gates every morning. One answer to all this, it seems, is online education, with the number of students enrolling rising significantly over the past few years. National correspondent Amanda Gillies has the story.
Lunchtime in paradise, and 14-year-old Bella Breen is pounding the sand, training for cross-country. She's here every day, twice a day. Her school timetable allows it. She's an online learner.
I wanted to have access to a better education so that I can have a better chance at going to medical school, and it also allowed me to have a lot more flexibility so I could do a lot more training for my running.
Living in rural Coromandel after life in central Auckland, Bella enrolled in the Crimson Global Academy, or CGA, at the beginning of last year, turning her back on the traditional classroom and the social problems that can come with it.
There's a lot of drugs and bullying problems at the local high school, and I didn't want to be involved in that, and I just didn't want any distractions from my education, so I thought that online schooling would be best.
It's completely self-run. She does everything herself. We don't check in on her through the day. She does everything. And then we check up once a week to see that she's attended all her classes and done all her homework, but it really all comes from Bella. She does everything herself.
What's B&N?
Brain and neuropsychology.
Last year, she was named her year's top student before being advanced to Year 11. She already has her eye on Stanford University and its track team once school finishes.
Yeah, I've wanted to go to Stanford Medical School since I was like 7. Yeah.
Jade Skeets is proof that's achievable.
I was just ecstatic.
The 18-year-old is from the small Northland town of Kerikeri, but she's just been accepted into both the Georgia Institute of Technology and Ivy League Columbia University in America, having just completed her CGA high school education online, among the first in the country to do so. She thrived.
You have really small classes, so it's really easy to connect with your classmates and teachers, and I think you kind of get a level of discussion and engagement which it's kind of like unparalleled compared to normal classroom.
A growing number of Kiwi students are enrolling in online high schools, with a growing number of school options available, including 2 just approved to use the Cambridge International Curriculum. Here are some of the stats. In 2020, the correspondence school had 23,000 students. 2 years later, it increased to 28,000. CGA had 12 students in 2020. That increased to 128 in New Zealand in 2022, with 1,600 students worldwide. In 2022, Mount Hobson Academy had 56 students. A year later, this rose to 200. And in that same period, Amana Christian School went from 20 to 78 students. So what has prompted the increase? Well, families we spoke to said it gave them better access to great teachers, alternative curriculum, the freedom to live anywhere, and the elimination of bullying. The downside can be the cost. It can rival top boarding schools and the lack of social interaction.
When I first moved to fully online, there was a bit of an adjustment period. I wasn't used to being on my own so much, and I think I questioned my decision a bit, and I know a lot of families going in, they're like, what happens to your social life?
The social side of things can be a bit up and down. We try to get her to as many of the CGA events as we can, but we live a long way from a major centre.
So does the Education Minister support the growth of online schools?
I support choice in the education system for sure, but it's really important that we make sure that we are ensuring the quality of that education. And so we'll be taking a close look to make sure that that is the case.
The Breen family are now selling up and moving to the Gold Coast. Online learning means Bella will miss just 2 days of school. Amanda Gillies, Newshub.